Today, we're making my favorite childhood Banh Mi, lemongrass Banh Mi, more commonly known as Bánh Mi thịt nướng. Now typically, this recipe would call for putting beef on skewers and grilling it, but we're simplifying it today and we're making it super easy. So, we're gonna cook it right on the stovetop. This recipe is as traditional as it gets, but I like adding a little twist to it and taking it to the next level with an amazing green sauce. If you're looking for your new favorite Banh Mi recipe, make sure you like, save, and share this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands? And the first step to making our Banh Mi is to marinate our beef. I'm using about 2 pounds of thinly sliced New York steak that I picked up from Costco, and I'm just making sure that the slices of beef are separated. Then I have some lemongrass that I minced up in the food processor, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of that. Then we'll add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, and for some sweetness, we'll add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of honey. We'll finish our marinade with a splash of oil, sesame seeds, salt and pepper. We're gonna get our hands dirty and give this a good mix. Then I have a whole onion that I'm gonna cut up into strips. Add that to our mixing bowl and give that another good mix. We want to let this vibe out in the fridge covered for at least half an hour, but the longer the better. The second step is making our pickled veggies, or Chua. I have some big ol' carrots and daikon, and legit, this carrot is probably on steroids. Just look at that thing. We'll get these peeled. And I like matchstick pieces, so we'll cut these down to size. And you could make it even easier by using a box grater instead, but I like the crunch of these bigger cuts. When our carrots and daikon are all cut up, we'll toss them in some kosher salt to draw out the moisture, and we'll let them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then our pickling liquid is just equal parts sugar, vinegar, and water. We're gonna heat this up slightly, just enough for the sugar to fully dissolve. We'll let this cool down before adding to our veg. Once our carrots and daikon are pliable like this, they're good to go. We'll rinse them off in some cold water. Get them into a container. Add our pickling liquid and store in the fridge. And in a few hours, you have your very own homemade Chua. Everything up until this point has been made traditionally, and you can choose to skip step 3, but I promise you it's so worth it. We're gonna make a garlic cilantro aioli, and this sauce is good on legitimately everything. Rice, vermicelli bowls, salads, and of course, this Banh Mi. To a blender, we'll add a bunch of cilantro, stems and all. Then I have 4 stalks of green onions. To that, we'll add in a tablespoon of garlic, 1 whole jalapeno, and you can remove the seeds if you don't want the kick. Then we'll add in a 1/3 cup of oil, 1/2 cup of Kewpie mayo, and I'm not sure what happened in my footage, but go ahead and add a squeeze of lime too. Blend this all up until you get a nice smooth sauce, and that's our garlic cilantro aioli. Step 4 is cooking our lemongrass beef. To a hot pan, add in a splash of oil, drop in the marinated beef, and we'll cook this in batches, making sure not to overcrowd our pan. We'll stir fry this for just a couple of minutes or until the beef is cooked through and the onions are tender. Step 5 is putting it all together and enjoying. I have a toasted Banh Mi that I'm gonna slather with some butter, and don't be like me and try to spread cold butter. Let it come up to room temp to make it easier to spread. Then we'll add a generous amount of our lemongrass beef and onions. And then add in your favorite Banh Mi toppings. We got cucumbers, jalapenos, our pickled veggies we made earlier. An excessive amount of cilantro. And we'll finish it off with our green sauce. And that's our lemongrass Banh Mi. As always, the full recipe and measurements is on my blog at feedthepudge.com. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy.